Hello, our beloved viewers. It's 9 p.m. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Coming up, the headlines. The Third Africa-Turkey Summit. The President of the Republic meets with his Turkish counterpart. And on the international scene, amplified by the Omicron variant, the fifth epidemic wave of COVID-19 is sweeping in Europe. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. Within the framework of the Turkish-African Partnership Summit, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, met with the Turkish President, Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, yesterday, Friday, at the Presidential Palace in Istanbul. Within the framework of the Turkish-African Partnership Summit, the President is accompanied on this visit by a high-ranking delegation that includes four members of the government of Djibouti, namely the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and the Minister of National Education and the Minister of Agriculture and the Minister of Health. After his arrival in Turkey, President Guelleh held a bilateral meeting with his Turkish counterpart, Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The meeting witnessed the partnership of the large Turkish ministerial delegation, accompanied by the one who was accompanying the Turkish president. During the expanded session, the two leaders discussed several issues of a common interest, including the economic zone project, the children's hospital project, providing technical assistance in the field of energy, and meaning the establishment of a joint committee and a social housing project. The two heads of state also focus on boosting investment and trade between the two countries, especially in the field of infrastructure, especially in particular also the friendship barriers. On the other hand, President Guelleh and his Turkish counterpart during the talks gave an overview of the situation in Africa. On Saturday morning, the third summit of a Turkish-African partnership began in Istanbul with the participation of the President Guelleh, and the summit will be chaired by Turkish President Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan at the level of African head of state and government. The summit undoubtedly breathed new life into the strategy partnership between Turkey and the countries of African continent. The President of the Republic will attend the summit, accompanied by a number of government members as well as African head of state and government. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, arrived in Turkey yesterday to participate in this summit and held a meeting in Istanbul with his Turkish counterpart, and also held a bilateral meeting with him in Turkey. The work of the third summit of the Turkish-African Partnership was launched yesterday at the Gulf of Conventions Center in Istanbul under the slogan "Strengthening Partnership for Development and Shared Prosperity." The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, delivered a speech at the summit at the outset, of which he thanked the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the government of people of Turkey for a warm and brotherly welcome him and the delegation accompanying him received since his arrival. And now let us listen to the head of state.
2005, Africa and Turkey have successfully launched a new era of win-win cooperation And your country has been, Excellency, proclaimed a strategic partner of the African continent in 2008. Since then, we have come a long way. Our relations have increased significantly in the political, economic, and commercial fields. Mr. Chairman, with the African Free Trade Area, Africa has paved the way by setting effective economic partnership and invested in many sectors of development to build a very attractive business environment. Africa is indeed ready to build with Turkey a strong partnership through joint venture, BOT or PPP model. It is also our belief that Turkey will benefit immensely by investing in agriculture, energy, transportation, health, and financial services as well. In this regard, the Turkish banking and financial institutions could open branches in Africa in order to prevent the high transaction costs that African traders are facing, as they are required to use intermediary banks. Moreover, we must jointly develop our own shipping lines and establish direct sea routes between Turkey and the continent. Excellencies, the trade volume between Djibouti and Turkey was about 320 million in 2020. The middle class and urban consumption are on the rise, and demands for manufactured and processed goods are increasing in Djibouti as well as the region. As you may know, Djibouti has invested massively in ports, railways, highways, and free zones with international standards and high performance. This constitutes a major opportunity for those who are willing to set up small and medium-sized production facilities in our free zones. It is with that in mind that we have made it our ambition to become a production and export hub as well as natural gateway to the rest of the continent. We need to strengthen the Turkey-Africa partnership, especially in areas related to industrialization, a genuine assessment of the potentials, needs, and trends of both sides should be made. We should establish appropriate and well-organized platforms so as to connect our private sector, our banks, and therefore build a strong partnership between the African continent and Turkey. It is only in that way that our development goals can be achieved. I thank you.
The Prime Minister sponsored a roundtable on the national employment charter. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed sponsored on Thursday at the Kempinski Palace Hotel a roundtable on the National Employment Pact in the presence of a number of government members, including the Minister of Labor in charge of administrative reform and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Mohammed Hassan Ali, in addition to members of diplomatic corps accredited to our country, representative of United Nations agency and international organization, and other guests. This roundtable aims at the radical reform and building a government strategy for work and employment within the government program for the year 2021 and 2024. This occasion falls within the effort undertaken by the government to reform administrative work and the program of employment and to combat unemployment for the graduate and to holder of a higher degree, the government has implemented many reforms aimed at developing the employment mechanism in line with the government's policy aimed at translating the vision of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, Djibouti, and the 2035 coming years. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Mohammed Hassan Ali, stressed the importance of this roundtable on the National Employment Pact. He explained that the Djiboutian government, led by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, is adopting new strategies and vision that keep pace with the development and the witnessed by our country. The Secretary General also touch on the point, the importance point of the employment young people who are the main segment of our society, he said. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor also stressed the importance of this roundtable on the National Employment Pact. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor also added that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stand with the Ministry of Labor to conduct a study on the national mechanism for administrative reform and to enhance employment policy. He explained that the Djiboutian government, led by President Guelleh, is adopting this new strategy to keep peace with the development and the development witnessed by our country. He also concluded that the Minister of Labor made an unwavering effort to develop the employment sector and to combat unemployability in our society. It was this morning an important handover ceremony for the chairmanship of the Horn of Africa initiative took place in Nairobi in the presence of the finance minister of the Horn of Africa initiative countries and their development partners, the WB and the European Union and the AFDP, between the finance minister of Djibouti and Kenya. The outgoing chairman, Mr. Ilyas Musa Dawali, reviewed the significant progress that have been made in 2 years in terms of project financing, increased collaboration between countries and management of the initiatives, and the establishment of deeper technical dialogue. As for the new chairman of Kenyan Finance, the Minister, Mr. Yateni, he focused on expectation during 2022 while outgoing the main elements of the work program for the coming months, including the holding of the next ministerial meeting in the context of the European Union and the African Union meeting scheduled to take place in Brussels in February 2022. The Kenyan side confirmed that steps had been taken to ensure continuity in the implementation of the initiative, including the support of a team experted housed in the Ministry of Finance. The Red Sea Bank for the Trade and Industry inaugurated a new branch in Arta capital in collaboration with the Post of Djibouti, with the aim of bringing banking service closer to the people of the region of Arta. The new branch of the bank will provide banking service to residents of Arta instead of moving to the banks to benefit from the service provided to this customer. After taking over as the new director of the the Al Rahman Bank for Trade and Industry, in partnership with the People's Fund for Saving and Loans, the banks implement a new policy aim at the expanding banking service to its consumer in the interior region. It continues its taxes to promoting and developing economic activities in the interior region and getting closer to the clients. It is worth noting that the Red Bank for the Trade and Industry is the leading banking in that institution in the country and has many agencies in the interior region and has many banking mechanism for the withdrawing cash. The Director General of the Post of Djibouti, Mr. Bahnan Ali Maidal, underlined in this intervention the historical partnership existing between the BCMR and the Post of Djibouti. He said that the bank will provide the people of the region of Arta with a great banking service and will save the people the hardship of traveling to Djibouti in the capital. But also the BCMR Director General Regis, for his part, declare his pride and joy at the opening of an agency here in Arta region. He noted that this day is a historical day for the people of Arta and that the bank will create job opportunities for the people of Arta region and they will provide mainly this service rather than moving to the capital. The Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, also expressed in his speech pleasure to participate in this inauguration ceremony of the first branch of the Red Sea Bank for the Trade and Industry in Arta region. It is worth noting that the Red Sea Bank for the Trade and Industry is the leading banking institution in the country and has many agencies in the interior region and has also a banking mechanism service for the region of Arta, conclude the minister. The mayor of the city of Djibouti organized this morning a meeting ceremony concerning the balance sheet of the town as well as the three municipalities. This day was devoted to the balance sheet of the coming of Belbela. The ceremony took place in the Al Rahma complex, then followed a projection of a balance sheet of the municipality of Belbela. In this report, it was raised all the activities carried out during these 5 years, as well as the sectorial ministries in which the municipality collaborate and the partners who supported them. Then the participant made a suggestion to achieve a better Djibouti of tomorrow. In their proposal, they called for improvement in the following areas, such as local governance, liquid and solid waste management, economic issues such as access to youth employment, empowerment of women, development of entrepreneurship and other income generating activities, but also social sectors and the access to water, electricity, telecommunication, road and housing. All the complaints made by the inhabitants of the commune have been collected and will be the subject of a study at the communal and municipality of Belbela. The mayor of Djibouti, Ms. Fatouma Awali Osman, explained in her speech on this occasion that she could not, within a few minutes, Ms. Fatuma Awale listed all the municipalities' achievement. The mayor of Djibouti also noted that the municipalities' balance sheets are an integral part of the mayor's responsibility, and that it's discussing today the plans for the municipality of Belbela and other municipalities will follow. In this case, the municipalities of Bulaut and Razdika. Ms. Fatuma Awale also mentioned the important things that were achieved during her tenure and the strategic development plans for the city of Djibouti, which she identified in 5 strategy goals: improving the living condition of the most vulnerable population, improving the employment opportunities for youth, and employment of women. The National Library and the International Organization for Migrants organize a conference on migration as part of the International Migrants Day under the theme of People on the Move. The main objective of this occasion is to educate 150 people, especially young people, about migration and its risk and the risk of irregular migration. The event was founded by the European Union as part of a sustainable solution project for the most vulnerable refugees and migrants population in Djibouti. This eventful day brought together official, the intellectual and civil society. Djibouti is an important transit point for migrants from the region due to its strategic location on the shores of the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Thousands of migrants pass through the country on foot, by bus, or in other types of vehicles to reach Saudi Arabia in search of better economic opportunities or better life. And now, moving on to the international scene, so European countries are preparing to impose more level strategy and restriction in addition to other restriction in an attempt to stem the rise in case of the new coronavirus Omicron variant, which threatened to half of global economic recovery. And Britain's new agency note yesterday, that that Germany and Ireland are considering further restriction in the day before a Christmas celebration begin in earnest, as they consider following in the footstep of France, which closed its border this week to most non-resident. The Irish Deputy Prime Minister said that in the face of the coronavirus, the government had no choice but to consider the unpopular measure, including early closing times for the bars and restaurants. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.